Air conditioning has become a luxury. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons I think it's gotten so expensive. It's becoming more of a luxury instead of a necessity for some. And we're going to cover in this video why that is. First, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, BOLDR, but we'll get to them in just a moment. Let's dive into this. 5 reasons air conditioning is a luxury. And first is the installation labor costs are way up. We have a big shortage in our trade for good HVAC technicians, and even the ones that are getting in the trade, I'm noticing are not necessarily up to snuff and getting trained as much as maybe they should. And the analogy I always use with folks that take my classes are there are the things that we needed to learn when I got in this trade, right? So there was all these single stage systems and refrigerants and all those things that folks need to learn. But now we've got all these new technologies, air to water and inverter and ductless and all the different things that technicians now have to learn that I didn't have to when I got in this trade. I was able to learn those things. And then as these new technologies came along, I was able to build on that. And even if we snapped our fingers and a bunch of folks got into our trade tomorrow and they were all paid well and they were all happy and they were all wanting to learn the trade, it would still take quite a bit of time for them to learn the trade and to get up to snuff to become a good service technician. And so not only are we at a shortage, but the technicians that are really good at what we do are now worth a premium price. They're worth their weight in gold in some cases. And increased labor costs sometimes gets passed on to you, to the homeowner, unfortunately. Number 2, equipment costs have skyrocketed. We've seen significant increases in the equipment itself from the original manufacturers, but we're also seeing new refrigerant regulations that affect a lot of these prices. We've done other videos talking about a shortage in our industry with one of the refrigerants specifically that during this year, during the recording of this video, has definitely affected the availability of this equipment, the refrigerants and so on, but also the prices of a lot of these things. If you can't get your hands on it because of supply and demand, some of these things become more in demand in general. But other things like supply chain issues, of course, tariffs, and a lot of the national things that are happening, global economy type things can affect pricing. Of course, the products themselves, if they're imported, well, yes, that might play a role in the price of it, but even with the American-made products, if they become more in demand, that can also affect the price. I remember when I first started in this trade, we would see every year, every couple years, we'd maybe see a little increase, right? With just annual cost of living type deal, and we would see an increase in pricing, but it has not become that uncommon for in recent years to see a price increase and then within a couple months see another significant price increase. And so if you're adding, say, a 5% increase here and then another 5% increase there, one would think, oh, well, that's a 10% increase from the original price. No, that second 5% hits the overall price again. Some of these increases have really compounded the pricing in general for a lot of especially smaller companies. They don't have the buying power that some of these larger companies do. And I'm personally witnessing some business owners feeling the squeeze because of that. Before I get to number 3, I just want to say, if you stick around to the end, I've got a bonus one I want to share with you that I think will surprise you. But I also want to thank the sponsor of today's video, BOLDR. So let's check them out.
Are you still using this old remote to control your AC? Upgrade to the Klima Smart Controller and unlock a host of smart functions to help you reduce energy consumption by 30% and automate home climate. And the best part, it's compatible with all brands of air conditioners, mini splits, and heat pumps. Now you can control your AC from anywhere in the world, schedule your AC, see your bills in real time, switch off your AC automatically based on occupancy, and even detect open windows. Everything to keep energy consumption as optimized as possible. Installing it is a breeze. It's a plug-and-play solution, so you can get set up in less than 3 minutes. Simply stick it on the wall with a renter-friendly magnetic mount or place it on any flat surface with the add-on stand. Upgrade your AC experience today.
Thank you to BOLDR for sponsoring this video. I'll put a link to them down in the description of this video. Let's get back to our list. Number 3 is regulatory burdens have really added to the costs of a lot of these systems as well. So we've seen regulatory changes where the minimum efficiencies have raised. That has caused the price of the equipment to dramatically increase. But we're also seeing, because of these new refrigerants, a lot of regulations be put into place that can add to the cost of these systems as well. So these new refrigerants, being slightly flammable, have additional steps that sometimes need to be taken by some of the contractors to make sure things are safe for you and your home. Code updates, permits, inspections, all of those things are playing a role in this. And we're seeing folks all the way down to the local levels add regulations to the contractors, especially with new construction, with these new refrigerants. A lot of these costs are often invisible to homeowners in the end, but a lot of mom and pop businesses have to factor that in, understanding that an inspector's involved, there may need to be change orders and changes added to the system, extra trips to that job site, where in the past, maybe they were able to knock it out in this time frame. Now they're having to do it in an even longer time frame. Number 4, lack of affordable financing options. And this is a big one for me, because not only are we seeing the interest rates be higher than they used to be with certain loans and the ins and outs of that whole process, but we're also seeing financing companies take advantage. So these higher prices will allow a company to make more money off of that loan, but they also know that options are limited for some folks. They know that with prices being higher, they may not have been able to use some of the other means of paying for an HVAC system like they were in the past. And it's almost like they've kind of got their teeth in you. And this isn't a shot at the financing companies. I always get a comment down in the comment section where someone will say, well, that's capitalism. I get it. I mean, that's part of business, but I do think it should be noted, if you are taking advantage of folks, I'm going to call you out for it. Not everyone qualifies for 0% options or low interest financing. Middle income homeowners are sometimes squeezed out of getting some of the upgrades they may have gotten in the past. Some contractors even have dealer fees that are thrown on them. It's one of the reasons we started offering financing on my website, newhvacguide.com. And I'm not saying that the rates there are the best out there either, but it gave folks another option where you could say to the contractor, give me your best price and I'm going to get financing elsewhere. Don't be putting some extra fees on me. Give me the best cash price. I'm going to get financing elsewhere, and you won't be able to build things into your prices. A lot of folks don't do that. They'll say, the contractor will say, oh, it's $10,000. Oh, but it might only be, $150 a month. But if they were to do the math for $150 per month for that many months, it ends up being way more than that original price tag. And we see more and more homeowners that will then rely on high interest options such as credit cards and other types of financing such as that. It's one of the big problems I don't think is talked about near enough in our trade. I complain about it all the time on our channel, so I'll get off of that. Number 5, new homes are often built with subpar HVAC. Now, what do I mean by that? Unlike you as a homeowner who might make a wise choice, you're going to put some thought into a heating and air system that you're about to spend a lot of money on, and you want to get all the facts straight, make sure you're not just buying a good cost-effective option, but maybe you're also going to consider other things like your utility bills and the performance of that system and so on. A lot of homes that are being built today, I experienced this personally dealing with a lot of builders. They don't care about any of that stuff. They only care about the bottom line. Now, I'm sure a builder might see this and they say, no, I'm the exception. I do everything top notch. And I'll tell you, every builder says that. And every builder I've ever met, every single one always went with the cheapest option. I never had one single builder, unless it was a homeowner who was being their own GC, I never had a single builder go with a better option because it was better for the end consumer. They always went with the cheapest option. They always only cared about the bottom line. And here's the problem with that. A lot of times they're ending up with contractors who are cutting corners, ductwork that's undersized, heating and air systems that are not sized properly based on load calculations. And yet that was another reason we started offering that on our website. We partnered with a company who will offer folks a proper load calculation to make sure everything is sized properly. And at the end of the day, it's the homeowner, the person that ends up with that house in the end that gets stuck paying for comfort. The next time you talk to a builder and they say, we don't cut corners, we do everything top notch, ask them the last time they had a communicating inverter system with a load calculation and manual D and all these extras done on their last build. I'm not saying those builders don't exist. I've just never met one. Some builders out there are putting geothermal systems with brand new homes. So I know they're out there. I'm just saying a lot of the homes that are built for middle income America, the builders are cutting corners. And then finally, a little bonus one for you that I think should be mentioned and you should know about. And that is a lot of government incentives don't always reach everyone, especially the ones that need it the most. A lot of rebates and tax credits limited to certain income levels or geographies can play a big role in what's installed in that home. And many can't wait for the rebates. They need comfort now. If I'm being honest, I'm not one of those folks that just gets on my YouTube channel and bashes the government all the time. There's plenty of that out there, but I do think it should be noted when you have the government involved as much as they are in our industry. So they're moving things along. They'll raise regulations on SEER, phase out certain refrigerants so that way we can then have to be pushed into one that's patented in and someone's getting fat, rich, and happy off of. And they really just kind of limit our options there. And then their rebuttal to that is, oh, well, we have these incentives in place. We're going to make you have to buy a certain system and we're going to limit your options, but then we're going to take all these tax dollars and offer incentives. Again, I'm not trying to make this political, but I do think that should be noted. And that's a big reason why our industry is becoming more of a luxury for a lot of homeowners. What are your thoughts? Did I miss something? Is there something that has really affected whether or not you will get the system you want for your home? I'd love to hear about that down in the comment section. Did you go ductless when maybe you would have preferred to go conventional or vice versa? I think that plays a big role here. And lastly, are we about to see a big bubble pop in our industry? Will the prices get so high that folks do consider it too much of a luxury and they opt for other options that they wouldn't have considered before? And all of a sudden our industry has no choice because of deflation or a bubble popping to adjust accordingly. I think we're far from something like that just because homeowners are just doing what they have to get by and sales just keep going up for some of these manufacturers despite picking the wrong refrigerant and making it harder on homeowners. But I'll get off of that because I've talked about it enough in other videos. If you like this video, I think you'll like this one even more. It's where I talk about some of the biggest mistakes homeowners make in the summer. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button for more HVAC tips. We'll see you next time.